House Committee on Labor will come to order. Will the clerk please take attendance?
Chair Hadsma.
Present.
Representatives Menser.
Here.
Polazar.
Here.
O'Neill.
Present.
Andrews.
Here.
Churches.
Present.
Wegala.
Here.
Wozniak.
Here.
Mueller.
Here.
Coons.
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have 10 members. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Might I have a motion to adopt the minutes of the June 2024 meeting? Vice Chair Menser so moves. Minutes are adopted. The first item on our agenda is House Bill 5461, sponsored by Representative McFall, that would create the Retirement Savings Program Act. I put before the committee an H1 substitute, and Vice Chair Menser moves for adoption. Will the clerk please take the roll on the substitute?
Chair Hadsma.
Yes.
Representatives Menser.
Yes.
Polazar.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Andrews.
Yes.
Churches.
Pass.
Wegala.
Yes.
Wozniak.
Pass.
Mueller.
Pass.
Coons.
No.
Mr. Chair, you have, sorry, I didn't count this, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 yeas. The substitute is adopted.
In relation to this bill, we have one card. It's from Jacob Manning of the Small Business Association of Michigan in relation to House Bill 5461. He doesn't wish to speak, but the Small Business Association of Michigan does oppose the bill. At this time, I would entertain a motion to report out the H1 version of House Bill 5461. Representative O'Neill moves to report with recommendation. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Chair Hadsma.
Yes.
Representatives Menser.
Yes.
Polazar.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Andrews.
Yes.
Churches.
Pass.
Wegala.
Yes.
Wozniak.
No.
Mueller.
No.
Coons.
No.
Mr. Chair, you have 6 yeas, 3 nays, 1 passed. House Bill 5461 is reported with recommendation as H1.
Thank you. The next item before this committee is Senate Bill 740, offered by Senator Camilleri. We have some witnesses. The first one up is Tyler Marawa, Deputy Chief of Staff to Senator Camilleri, who's here to present the bill. Good morning, sir.
Thank you, Chair Hadsma and the members of the committee for taking action on this legislation today. My name is Tyler Marava. I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff for Senator Camilleri. He wishes he could be here today, but he's stuck on the Senate floor, unfortunately. But I do have a letter of support from the Senator that I would like to share, and it is as follows. Dear Chair Hadsma and committee members, I am proud to sponsor Senate Bill 740. Currently, there is no mandated ratio for the number of apprentice plumbers that can be supervised by a journeyman plumber on any given job site. In practice, this has meant that many apprentices are not getting the adequate training and on-site experience necessary for them to advance in their profession. The lack of an apprentice ratio has also a negative impact on job sites, where we've heard horror stories of contractors employing dozens of apprentices to complete work without adequate supervision from an experienced journeyman. Plumbers are a vital skilled trade, and we should be requiring a reasonable ratio for apprentice plumbers, just like we do for apprentice electricians. My bill is a common sense move to safeguard our workers in job sites across Michigan. I urge my House colleagues to support Senate Bill 740 and to support corresponding legislation to lower the apprentice ratio for electricians as well. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you. Are there any questions of this witness? Thank you, sir. Next, we're going to hear from Paul Gonzalez, an instructor with UA Local 340. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Chairperson and members of the committee, my name is Paul Gonzalez. I'm here today to speak in strong support of Senate Bill 740. This legislation represents an important step forward in ensuring the quality, safety, and professional development of Michigan skilled trades. I've been a member of the United Association Local 370 for 19 years. I successfully completed a Department of Labor registered apprenticeship, serving the mechanical service craft, and over the last 9 years have proudly served as the apprenticeship instructor for our local. Quality apprentice training is the core of my values. Recently, I have decided to become an owner of a mechanical contracting business and look forward to the changes Senate Bill 740 will bring. This bill addresses a critical need to support apprentice training by establishing clear ratios between apprentices and licensed journey persons or master plumbers on the job site. This structure will ensure that apprentices receive the proper hands-on supervision and guidance. As a result, it will help foster a higher standard of skill development, ensuring that our future tradespeople and employees are not only qualified, but confident in their abilities to complete jobs safely and efficiently. As a future business owner, the safety of my employees is of utmost importance. Worker safety isn't just a regulatory concern. It is a critical matter of financial and operational stability for any business. A strong business focuses on safety. The improved job site supervision ratios noted in Senate Bill 740 will help businesses avoid costly accidents. Workplace injuries not only impact workers and their families, but also lead to businesses paying increased insurance premiums, workers' compensation claims, and potential delays on contracted projects. By ensuring that apprentices are properly supervised, business owners can minimize overall risks to their employees and keep projects on track, saving both time and money. Furthermore, successful businesses thrive on positive reputation. When clients know that a company prioritizes safety and employs well-trained, supervised workers, it builds trust. A safe work environment leads to fewer mistakes, higher quality results, and delighted customers. By maintaining a regulated apprentice to journey person ratio, I believe this bill will help ensure that critical plumbing work is done under the direct oversight of licensed professionals. This reduces the risks of technical errors on any job site, which could lead to costly and dangerous problems such as public health risks from incorrect piping practices. As many contractors continue to face a shortage of skilled labor, Senate Bill 740 provides a responsible way to train more workers without compromising quality. By providing apprentices the appropriate level of on-the-job supervision, we can prepare more skilled trades workers to enter the field, helping to close the gap in the Michigan skilled trades labor market while ensuring that training remains effective and safe. In summary, I fully support this bill and look forward to the increased worker safety and business opportunities it will bring to the skilled trades market of our great state. Thank you for your time and consideration.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Are there any questions of Mr. Gonzalez? Representative Kuntz.
Thank you, sir, for coming today.
Thank you.
An apprentice can't pull a permit, so any work they do is under the journeyman or the master plumber.
Correct.
I'm asking, it doesn't matter. A journeyman or a master can both pull a permit?
No.
No. I'm sorry, who can pull a plumbing permit? Only a master plumber?
Mechanical contractor.
Mechanical contractor, okay. So it would be their responsibility to check any work done by the apprentices?
Correct.
Okay. I don't understand why we're going to limit opportunities for people who want to enter the field because they're already being watched. Their work is already being taken. Someone's signing off on their work before the inspector is called. And you keep bringing up safety. I don't think anybody's going to argue on safety, but we don't have any data on that. Nobody has said, oh, here's someone with 4 apprentices and here's their injury rate, and here's someone with 1 apprentice and here's their injury rate. So I understand what you're saying on safety, but we haven't heard any, it's anecdotal. There's no data on this, unless I haven't heard it. Is there any data on safety?
I believe well-trained apprentices work safely. You know, when they're supervised at a very low ratio, a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 ratio, oversight is critical. Every job will be completed more safely when you have a licensed, fully trained journey person overseeing that job.
Right. Nobody's arguing safety. We don't have any data. That's the opinion. We just think it's going to be that way. Okay. I just wonder if you had any data at all to promote to back up. Thank you for your time.
Are there any other questions of Mr. Gonzalez? Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. We're next here from Justin Friesorger, a journeyman plumber and pipe fitter apprentice with the John E. Green Company. Good morning, Mr. Friesorger.
Good morning, Chair Hosma and members of the House Labor Committee. My name is Justin Friesorger. I am a licensed Michigan journeyman plumber. Today I want to talk about Senate Bill 740 and why it is important, not only for the success of a project, but safety, efficiency, and growth of a workplace as a whole. First and foremost, I have been plumbing in the state of Michigan since 2018. Approximately 4 months ago, I passed my test, and I got my journeyman license. Had I started out my plumbing career at a company that had enough journeymen to help teach myself and others, it may have not taken an extra 3 years to pass the test or even feel comfortable to go take my test. I worked a few different places, but only one has had enough journeymen to help teach the apprentices behind them. At the previous companies I have worked before, I myself have dealt with the backlash of not having the proper training. I cannot begin to tell you the amount of times I was demoralized by individuals because I did not know how to do a certain task or do the work safely or even do a good quality job. I was only trying my best with the cards that I was dealt, so therefore experience matters. Journeymen are skilled tradespeople who have completed years of an apprenticeship and hands-on training. They've encountered and solved real-world problems, making them invaluable in navigating the complexities of the construction and technical tasks. Their experience allows them to handle unexpected challenges swiftly, reducing downtime and ensuring the project stays on track. Without them, minor issues can spiral into major delays and costing both time and money. Secondly, but the most important, is safety on the job site is non-negotiable. Journeymen play a critical role in maintaining high safety standards. They have been trained not just in their craft, but also in workplace safety protocols. They are vigilant and knowledgeable about potential hazards and can spot and prevent accidents before they can happen. In industries like construction, manufacturing, or electrical work, this kind of foresight can mean the difference between a smooth operation and a catastrophic incident. Another key aspect is mentorship and skill development. Journeymen serve as teachers and role models to apprentices and less experienced workers. Through their guidance, apprentices not only learn technical skills, but also gain valuable insights into problem-solving, professionalism, and work ethic. This mentorship ensures the next generation of skilled tradespeople is well prepared and continuing the cycle of excellence in our trade. Finally, productivity and quality. Journeymen set the standard of workmanship on site. Their experience and skills allow them to work more efficiently and produce higher quality results. When they are on the job, you can trust that the work will be done correctly the first time. This attention to detail not only meets the client's expectations, but also prevents the need for costly rework down the line. In summary, journey workers are the backbone of any successful job site. Their experience, commitment to safety, ability to mentor others, and high standards of quality ensure that projects are completed on time, on budget, and with excellence. Plumbers protect the health of the nation. Without journey workers, a job site would lack the foundation it needs to operate smoothly, successfully, and safely. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Freesoger, and congratulations on recently attaining your journeyman's license. Are there questions? Representative Wozniak.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and congratulations. That's great to do that. I know it's a big step. Couple questions. Have you ever been injured on a job?
I have cut myself several times being under the pressure of getting a job done and forgetting steps, not being corrected in manners to be safe by a journeyman.
Okay, which leads to my next question. Have any of your jobs failed? I mean, was there a problem with them?
I have been on several jobs and been back to several jobs because an unqualified, not properly trained person did those jobs, which in turn cost the company money and delays on the job finishing.
Okay, those were your co-employees?
Yes, some were co-employees, some were from other companies throughout.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Freesoger.
Thank you.
Next, we have Kevin Gabby. I apologize, Mr. Freesoger, you're being called back. Representative Wagella has a question.
Sorry, I kind of got my hand up there. Late, I just, I was an educator for years, and while I don't have data to cite, I knew that the smaller my classroom size, the more effective I was going to be as a teacher. So, someone who's gone through this training, someone who's been in these situations, I just want to, double down and be clear. Like, did you feel that if this ratio was enacted, that job sites generally would be safer from your experience lived in these environments?
Yes, so we may not have paper data. I myself as a person, I am the data. I have, like I said before, I have been in the backlash of not having proper training, not having enough people to help myself and others go through and do the job correctly and safely and efficiently. My current employer has enough people that can actually help teach. Even though I'm a journeyman, I'm a little behind the 8 ball now on potentially some work safety and stuff like that, so I'm catching up. So the ratio being the 1 to 2 is very, very, very helpful for anybody that's coming up. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Freesorger. Mr. Gabby, now you. Mr. Gabby is from Plumbers Local 370 in Flint. And I apologize if I mispronounced the vowel A.
It is Gaby, like baby with a G.
I wondered, thank you.
I get that occasionally.
Welcome and good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. My name is Kevin Gaby. I've served as the apprenticeship instructor and training coordinator for the Flint Plumbers Local 370 for the past 24 years. I strongly endorse the proposed amendment to the Skilled Trades Regulation Act that essentially requires journey person supervision for the apprentice plumbers. I have 3 compelling reasons why this amendment is necessary for the plumbing industry in Michigan. Reason 1, apprentice training. The Department of Labor has established a, a national guideline for apprenticeship training. This guideline identifies 2 methods of required apprentice training. First is related instruction, which is fundamentally bookwork and makes up only 10% of their training. 10% of the hours for the apprenticeship training. The remaining 90% is on-the-job learning through the mentorship of experienced plumbers. This form of instruction cannot be duplicated in the classroom or taught effectively outside the workplace. It is a hands-on teaching method that is critical for apprentices to become proficient journey persons. Without a journey or master plumber present, on-the-job learning cannot be accomplished. Reason 2 is workplace safety. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, more workers die annually in construction than any other industry sector. OSHA requires a competent person to be on the job. By OSHA's own definition, a competent person is someone who is capable of identifying hazards and has the authority to take prompt corrective measures. This definition describes a journey person level employee or above. The proposed amendment will be aligning itself with the basic requirements of OSHA, requiring the need for a competent person on the job. My final reason is public safety. In addition to potable water systems, plumbers work on heating and cooling systems, natural and LP gas systems, and medical gas delivery systems. Normally, these piping systems are safely left unattended for weeks or months at a time. But headlines often report of Legionella outbreaks in hospitals, LP gas explosions in homes, and tainted drinking water. The best protection from those catastrophes is to install the systems according to the current code standards. Code officials are in place as the last line of defense to see that all the work is installed according to code, but they are routinely facing overwhelming workloads and cannot be expected to catch every violation. Licensed journey and master plumbers have been tested to know the code, but apprentice plumbers have not. The proposed amendment will help provide proper oversight of the installation of plumbing systems to ensure public health and safety. In conclusion, I support the amendment for 3 reasons. First, apprentice training. It ensures apprentices receive instruction from licensed persons, journey persons on the job. Second, workplace safety. The amendment is in alignment with OSHA requiring a competent person on the job. And lastly, public safety. Journey person oversight is a must to ensure code compliance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baby. Any questions? Representative Kuntz.
Mr. Gaby, thank you very much. We've established there's no data on safety. Do you have any that we have before?
There is a lot of data on safety. My OSHA, which is Michigan's side of the OSHA, I get emails from them on workplace deaths. They record workplace deaths, not so much the cuts and bruises and scratches. But this year, we've had, I think, 34 workplace deaths in construction. One I believe was a 22-year-old that was struck by taking a flange off of a piece of pipe that was under pressure. Rookie mistake.
Sure.
That's a 22-year-old person that's a child on a job site. That's not a 60-year-old veteran. This person, I don't know the situation, but it's a catastrophe for their family.
Right.
There was another sheet metal worker, 24-year-old, died in Michigan, and they put themselves in spots where they shouldn't. It doesn't say that they were unsupervised, but it's hard for me to believe, knowing the workplace, that they were doing this and put themselves in that spot without good supervision.
Sure, and that was my question. There's no data on safety on apprenticeship ratios. So when
But workplace accidents, there's mountains.
oh, without a doubt there is, but we don't know if they had one apprentice or 23 apprentices. We don't know that. That was my question.
Oh, I see.
When we move from apprentice to journeyman and journeyman to master plumber, they don't ask if it was union training or non-union training. And they don't ask if you had one fellow apprentice or 3 fellow apprentices or number there. You pass the same test. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And I'm glad that you said the last line of defense is the inspectors. So do we have any data based on the number of apprentices, how many times the inspector has to come back? Can you verify for me that if we have 5 apprentices instead of 1, the inspector has to come back more often? I know you've shared that's your concern. Can you verify that for
Well,
me?
in order to become an apprentice, all you have to do is mail off a letter with $15, and you don't have to have a code book. You don't have to have any code knowledge.
Yep, I know what it
In
takes.
order to be licensed, you have to have thorough knowledge of the code.
Mm-hmm.
You have to maintain your updates. As the code changes, you need to take updated classes to maintain that certification. So an apprentice does not have any code knowledge that's been tested or verified.
Correct. That's the definition of apprentice, without a doubt. My question is, we keep saying about the inspector having to come back to the job site to do it over. We don't get it done right the first time. Can we verify this happens when we have an excess number of apprentices? I'm trying to show any kind of data at all that by decreasing the number of skilled force trainees, we're going to make the job go better. And I haven't seen any data at all today. And thank you for your patience. I apologize if my questions are...
I think that the point that is important is that journey level worker is there on the job and is able to oversee the work done. There's a limit to how much you can take in. If you have a couple people working in different areas, at some point you're not going to be able to supervise and give training. I think that's where we're at, is we want to provide a safe working environment for that entry-level worker, and that we're going to help them to their path to becoming a journey person.
Representative Wigella.
I don't know if you could talk about, we have, for example, I think with like electricians in the state of Michigan, we have ratios that have been established. Why do you think that we have those ratios in the first place, and do you see it as valuable as adding it to plumbers? I think it's interesting that we have ratios for some skilled trades but not others, and do you see this as kind of setting that right?
It's not a law, but in our collective bargaining agreements, we have ratios for use of apprentices. And the reason we put those in place is we want to have a skilled workforce. And we know that that training closer to that journey person worker, the more they get to work hand in hand with that journey person worker, the better that training is going to be. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baby. Oh, we
It's
have-
Gaby with the,
I apologize.
With the
There's too many,
G.
I'm looking
It
through cards
sounds
and
like
being
baby.
pointed out that Representative Wozniak has a question, Mr. Gaby. I apologize.
Yeah, thank you. Good testimony. Do you have an idea in your collective bargaining agreement what your stipulated ratio is?
it's, I believe ours is 4-1.
And you found that sufficient?
Yes, we operate under that, yes.
Okay. And the man you mentioned, and I'm sorry if somebody got hurt, but was he under direction of an apprentice or a journeyman or a
It's,
or a
it's under
master?
MIOSHA's, MIOSHA sends out the email. It does describe the accident scene, but it doesn't go into detail on the work crew or how they were working, if he was working with a journey person or not.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gaby. Next, we have Jason Brown, a business agent at UA Local 333 here in Lansing.
Good morning, Chairman Jim Hodsman, members of the House Labor Committee. My name is Jason Brown. I'm a business agent for Local 333 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, as well as a journeyman licensed plumber here in Michigan. I appreciate the opportunity to show my support for Senate Bill 740, which seeks to establish a critical 2-to-1 ratio for apprentices to licensed journeyman plumbers on job sites. This ratio would require that for every 2 apprentices, there must be 1 licensed journeyman or master plumber providing direct oversight. The importance of this provision cannot be overstated, as it directly impacts the safety, quality, and efficiency of plumbing projects across the state of Michigan. The plumbing trade involves intricate systems that demand a high level of skill and technical knowledge. Proper training and supervision are key to ensuring that jobs are completed correctly and safely. Licensed journeymen and master plumbers have undergone rigorous training, which enables them to address the complexities of plumbing installations and repairs. By maintaining that 2-to-1 ratio, we ensure that apprentices receive the hands-on training they need from qualified professionals, leading to more consistent, high-quality work. This ratio will have a positive impact on several fronts. First, safety on the job sites. Plumbing work involves hazards that could compromise the safety of workers and the public if not handled correctly. Licensed plumbers possess the experience and training needed to manage these risks, and the direct oversight of apprentices will significantly reduce the likelihood of accidents or errors that could lead to safety violations. Second, efficiency and timeliness. When apprentices are supervised by licensed professionals, projects are more likely to be completed on time and within budget. Apprentices will learn proper techniques, reducing the need for costly corrections and delays. In turn, this contributes to the long-term efficiency and cost-effectiveness of construction projects across the state. Third, quality of workmanship. Poor craftsmanship often stems from inadequate training. While some contractors may invest in off-site training programs, many rely solely on on-the-job training, which can be inconsistent. Without proper oversight, apprentices risk learning bad habits or improper techniques from unqualified workers. The 2-to-1 ratio will help ensure that the apprentices are learning from licensed professionals who have met industry standards, leading to better craftsmanship and fewer issues down the line. Fourth, the reduction of correction notices and callbacks. Ensuring that projects are done right the first time reduces the likelihood of correction notices and callbacks, both of which drain time and financial resources. With proper supervision, apprentices can learn to complete tasks correctly from the start, reducing the need for rework and resulting in savings for contractors and consumers alike. Many contractors do not participate in off-site training programs like those offered by the United Association's Department of Labor Registered Apprenticeship Program. In these instances, all of an apprentice's training occurs on the job without adequate supervision from a licensed professional. This can lead to a cycle of subpar training, poor workmanship, and a lack of safety for not only themselves but other trades working on that site. Senate Bill 740 addresses this issue by ensuring that the apprentices are receiving proper hands-on guidance from those who have met the highest standards of the trade. Plumbers play a crucial role in public safety, and as their expertise ensures that essential systems like water supply, sewage disposal, and gas lines operate efficiently and securely. By meticulously installing and maintaining these systems, plumbers prevent leaks, contamination, and potential hazards that could jeopardize health and safety. Their attention to detail not only protects individual homes, but also safeguards entire communities from the risks associated with faulty plumbing. Through rigorous training and adherence to building codes, plumbers contribute significantly to creating a safe and healthy environment, highlighting the importance of their skilled trade in our daily lives. In conclusion, the 2-to-1 ratio proposed in the Senate Bill 740 is a necessary step toward ensuring the future of plumbing profession in Michigan. It will help produce a highly skilled, well-trained workforce capable of delivering safe, efficient, and high-quality work, benefiting the entire construction industry and the communities that we serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Are there any questions of Mr. Brown? Thanks for coming this morning.
Thank you very much.
Next, we'll hear from Justin McManaway from the Monroe Local of Plumbers and Pipe Fitters.
Good morning, Chairman and Committee. My name is Justin McManaway. I've been a plumber for almost 15 years. I have worked obviously as an apprentice, as a journeyman, as a master plumber. I'm also a code official. And it has been, safety is number one. It's very important. I know there's not statistical data pointing to it, but I have seen a few different instances where, and I've been part of it as an apprentice, and there's been a few times where that trained journey worker might have saved me, right? Yeah, I think it's very important that we establish a ratio. Like previous speakers have come up, the Department of Labor has national guidelines on apprenticeship ratio. That was established to protect the training experience of the apprentice. If you're not familiar with what an apprenticeship is, it's not a job, it's not a career. You're not in it to be an apprentice for 15, 30 years, whatever it is, right? It is to reach that licensed journeyman, journey worker level with the state. It's a training experience, right? It's hard to quantify certain things, but in my experience as a code official, that if I go on a job, and I will say there are many contractors that will encourage their employees not even to be registered as an apprentice with the state. So, kind of like inspectors before me, I did a lot of learning from those inspectors, a lot of lessons where maybe I made a mistake. So I try to educate them on why, hey, this is the process, this is how you get your license. And it absolutely has been my experience in the 8 months that I have been a code official. It absolutely is my experience. Those contractors that do not monitor their jobs, visit their job sites, absolutely I guess I can't give you a percentage. I could give you my inspector log, but absolutely there's more code violations on those jobs, and there's kind of widespread lack of knowledge, not just why we put plumbing in the way that we put it in so a drain doesn't back up. It's about air gaps to protect drinking water. There's a lot of things that's very important in that code book that we've established, we've adopted and said, hey, these are the minimum standards of plumbing systems in the state of Michigan, right? It's very important that we protect it, and there is a widespread lack of knowledge on that, why, the theory behind it. That really has been my experience as a code official. I have, again, I've been an instructor. I see the class sizes. As the industry grows, the class sizes have grown a little bit, but typically they stay pretty small. And usually those small batches get the best training, right? More one-on-one time. So it really has been my experience. I don't have data to back it up, but I can tell you my experience on those jobs, whether it's union, non-union, doesn't matter. On those jobs that you've talked to this contractor several times about getting their apprentices registered, they definitely have more code violations than the jobs that you show up and the journeyman or a master plumber is there on site. So that has been my experience, and again, I've been kind of all through the different levels of licensure, and I definitely support the apprenticeship ratio as stated. I think that that will protect not only the learning experience of the apprentice, but it's also going to protect the health and safety of the nation. We state it, plumbers protect the health of the nation, right? So how do we do that? You know, we've had some of the biggest water crises, right? I think properly educated people would have avoided some of these things, right? So that's my statement, sir.
Thank you, Mr. McManaway. Are there questions of Mr. McManaway? Yes. Representative Wozniak.
Thank you for your testimony. Is there a time limit that an apprentice can work as an apprentice, or can they take the journeyman or master exam anytime?
They have to be a registered apprentice for a minimum of 3 years. And in that 3 years, they have to work 6,000 hours, and that time gets backed up by a letter from the contractor that they work for stating these were the times and these were the hours worked under my supervision.
Okay, and then they would qualify to be a journeyman?
They would be, if they met the requirements, they would be approved to sit for that exam.
Okay. And then, do you have a collective bargaining agreement where you're at?
We do.
Do you know the ratio that's in that agreement?
Yep, it's 3-1.
3-1.
Yep.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions of Mr. McManaway? Thank you, Mr.
All
McManaway.
right, thank you.
We have no other speaking witnesses. I have cards against and for. Let me read those in as quickly as I can. Al Pachalka of Lake Michigan College opposes. Dave Worthams of the Michigan Manufacturers Association opposes. None of these are wishing to speak. Wendy Block of the Michigan Chamber of Commerce opposes this bill. Shane Hernandez of ABC of Michigan opposes this bill. Don Crandall of the Home Builders Association of Michigan opposes the bill. Jacob Manning of the Small Business Association of Michigan opposes the bill. Marcus Keach of the Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce opposes the bill. Jamie Deschaines of the Michigan Chemistry Council opposes the bill. Amanda Fisher of NFIB opposes the bill. And to Ms. Fisher, I apologize, this card was in this stack. She also indicated opposition to House Bill 5461, on which we've already voted. These are names of those not wishing to speak, but supporting the bill. I put these on top, the ones that I was trying to phoneticize. So Zachary DeSchroeshers of UA Local 370 supports. Larry Krasniski of UA Local 636 supports. Dan Godet of UA Local 370 supports. Bob Gulbrazen from UA Local 357 supports. Carlo Casligani from Local 98 supports. Ryan Charney of IBW Michigan State Conference, president of that conference, supports this bill in relation to the plumbers and pipe fitters. Randall Whitaker of Local 190 of UA supports. And Joe Trout of UA Local 704 supports. Mike Jewell of UA Local 671 supports. Greg Herman of UA 704 supports. Price Dobernick, a UA Special Representative from St. John's, Michigan, supports. Sean Flora of UA Local 357 supports. Nicholas Asher of UA 333 supports. Joe McAlizzi of UA Local 333, their business agent, supports. Justin Pomerville of Local 85 of UA supports. Dan Gutzman of UA Local 111 supports. Chris Keck of UA Local 333 supports. Rob Moses of UA Local 98 supports. Johnny Ortiz of UA Local 174 supports. Trevor Hughes of UA Local 190 supports. Dave Moll of UA Local 333 supports. Emerson Jacob Fleury of UA Local 111 supports. Gary Glazier of UA Local 98 supports. Matt Miller of UA Local 357 supports. Ben Ranger Jr. of UA Local 370 supports. Ryan Bennett of UA Local 174 from Grand Rapids supports. Jeff Peak of the Michigan Pipe Trades supports. Dustin Howard of Local 333 supports. Gino Venditti of Local 190 supports. Greg Terry of UA Local 333 supports. Val Pod of UA Local 636 supports. Jason Finch of Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades, Local 174 supports. Vincent Fennick of UA Local 671 supports. Brandon Snyder of UA Local 333 supports. Jeremy Garza of the Michigan Pipe Trades Association supports. And Yusuf Rabi of the Michigan Nurses Association also has submitted a card in support. At this time, I would enter a motion to report out the S1 version of Senate Bill 740. Representative Wagella makes that motion with recommendation. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chair Hazma?
Yes.
Representatives Menzer?
Yes.
Colazar?
Yes.
O'Neill?
Yes. Yes.
Andrews?
Yes.
Churches?
Yes.
Wagle?
Yes.
Wozniak?
No.
Mueller?
No.
Coons?
No.
Mr. Chair, you have 7 yeas, 3 nays. Senate Bill 740 is reported with recommendation.
We have no absent members, so I don't need any motion to excuse any. There be no further business before this committee. The House Committee on Labor is adjourned.